Ladies, let me tell you something. There is nothing more captivating, nothing more powerful than a woman who knows her worth. If you ever wonder why some women command attention effortlessly, why some are chased, admired, and respected, it's not about how they look, it's about who they are. Men don't chase beauty alone. They chase energy. They chase confidence. They chase a woman who walks into a room and owns it without seeking validation. If you want to be the woman who never has to beg for attention, who is endlessly pursued, admired, and cherished, then stop chasing and start attracting. Because the secret isn't in seeking love, it's in becoming a woman who is so focused on herself, her dreams, and her glow that love has no choice but to follow. Confidence is not just about walking into a room with your head held high. It's about knowing deep down that you belong there. It's about carrying yourself with the kind of energy that makes people stop and take notice. The world reflects what you project, and when you move through life with certainty, with assurance in who you are, you become undeniable, and people in general are drawn to those who radiate self-belief. It's not about arrogance, it's about an unshakable knowing that you are enough just as you are. When you truly own your power, you stop seeking external validation because you already know your worth. You don't ask for attention. It naturally gravitates toward you. You don't chase, you attract. And that shift in energy is magnetic. Think about the most captivating people you've ever met. They aren't the ones who try too hard. They aren't the ones constantly seeking approval or molding themselves into what others want them to be. They are the ones who stand firm in their identity, who walk with certainty, who exude an effortless aura of self-respect. When you cultivate that within yourself, you don't have to wonder if you're good enough. You just are. And that confidence doesn't just make people notice you, it makes them gravitate toward you, wanting to be in your presence, wanting to understand what makes you so sure of yourself. A woman who is deeply invested in her own growth, her own success, and her own happiness becomes unstoppable. There is something undeniably attractive about a woman who is building her own empire, whether that means excelling in her career, mastering a craft, or simply becoming the best version of herself. When you shift your focus from seeking attention to creating a life that excites you, the right people can't help but take notice. Passion is contagious. When you wake up every day with a purpose, with a drive that fuels you, you carry an energy that sets you apart. You are no longer waiting for someone to validate your worth because you are too busy validating yourself. You are no longer looking for love to complete you because you are already whole. This kind of independence doesn't push people away, it pulls them in. A woman who is chasing her own dreams instead of chasing love becomes the kind of person others want to be around. Her ambition speaks for itself. She is intriguing, inspiring, and impossible to ignore. She doesn't need constant reassurance or approval because she has built a life that fulfills her. And in doing so, she creates a gravitational pull, effortlessly drawing in admiration, respect, and love without ever having to demand it. The way you allow people to treat you is a direct reflection of what you believe you deserve. When you set high standards for yourself, whether in relationships, friendships, or even in your career, you establish a level of respect that others must meet in order to be part of your life. You teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate, what you accept, and what you walk away from. The moment you decide that you are no longer available for anything less than what aligns with your worth, you step into a different level of power. It is not about being difficult or demanding. It is about knowing that your time, energy, and emotions are valuable. A woman with high standards does not beg for attention, does not settle for half-hearted effort, and does not allow anyone to make her feel small. She is not afraid to walk away from situations that do not serve her because she understands that letting go of what drains her makes space for what fulfills her. This is not about playing games or testing people. It is about having a deep-rooted understanding that you are deserving of love, respect, and effort without having to fight for it. The right people will always rise to meet the standards you set, and the ones who don't will naturally fade away. That is the beauty of self-respect. It acts as a filter, separating those who are meant for you from those who are not. And when you operate from a place of worthiness rather than desperation, you are no longer at the mercy of who stays and who leaves. You become the one who chooses. You become the one in control. And in that control, there is a strength that is impossible to ignore. There is something irresistibly captivating about a woman who embraces mystery and remains unapologetically herself. In a world where everyone is constantly sharing every detail of their lives, there is an undeniable power in holding a little back, in not always being an open book, in leaving people wondering what's on your mind. Mystery creates intrigue, and intrigue keeps people wanting more. It's not about playing games or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about knowing that not everyone deserves immediate access to the deepest parts of you. A woman who is unapologetic about who she is, what she wants, and how she chooses to live commands attention effortlessly. She does not shrink herself to fit into someone else's expectations. She does not explain her choices or justify her desires. She moves with certainty, knowing that her path is hers alone to walk. This kind of self-assurance is magnetic. It sends a message that she is not someone to be swayed by external opinions or societal pressures. She owns her narrative, and that is what makes her unforgettable. When a woman embraces her true self without worrying about whether people will understand or approve, she stands out. She does not conform, and she does not apologize for her standards, her ambition, or her boundaries. She is bold enough to live life on her own terms, and that fearlessness draws people in. There is an undeniable attraction in someone who is fully comfortable in their own skin, who doesn't chase attention but instead becomes the kind of person others naturally gravitate toward. The relationship you have with yourself sets the tone for every other relationship in your life. The way you speak to yourself, the way you treat yourself, the way you honor your needs and desires, it all sends a message to the world about how you expect to be treated. When you radiate self-love, when you carry yourself with the deep understanding that you are whole, valuable, and deserving, you naturally attract people who see and respect that. Love starts from within, and the more you nurture that love, the more effortlessly it reflects outward. A woman who truly loves herself does not seek external validation to feel worthy. She does not look for someone else to complete her because she already feels complete. She does not beg for attention, affection, or commitment because she understands that the right people will never need to be chased. She is comfortable in her own presence, confident in her own company, and unshaken by the temporary absence of romantic attention. This kind of self-assurance creates an energy that people want to be around. It is not neediness, it is fulfillment. It is not insecurity, it is knowing. It is not desperation, it is contentment. When you radiate self-love, you naturally become more attractive, not just in the physical sense, but in the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, the way you walk into a room and own your space. You exude a quiet confidence, an effortless glow that makes people want to know more about you, be closer to you, understand what it is that makes you so undeniably secure in yourself. And the beautiful thing about self-love is that it does not just impact your relationships with others, it changes your entire life. It makes you bolder, more adventurous, more willing to take risks, more open to new opportunity. It allows you to step into your power in a way that makes you unforgettable. A woman who knows her worth, who walks with confidence, who builds her own dreams, who sets high standards, who carries an air of mystery, and who radiates self-love is a force to be reckoned with. She does not chase, she attracts. She does not beg, she chooses. She does not shrink herself to fit into someone else's world. She creates her own. The moment you stop seeking validation and start pouring that energy into becoming the best version of yourself, everything changes. The right people will be drawn to you, not because you demand their attention, but because your energy, your presence, your sheer existence commands it. Love, respect, admiration. These things are not given to those who plead for them. They are drawn to those who stand in their power unapologetically. So let them chase, let them admire, let them wonder what makes you so captivating. But never forget, the most important relationship you will ever have is the one you have with yourself. The moment you master that, the world will follow.